Hi, Sean. John Worrell.
John, how you doing?
Good. I guess a lot is being discussed about a lot of the conversations about Josh Allen and how his elbow is. Can you provide us any update on based on the report that was out there today?
Yeah, we're just going through it, still evaluating, and we'll see where it goes. I'll know more the next 24 hours, and then probably be able to check in with you guys back on it on Wednesday again.
Gotcha. So I know I know you probably can't answer this, Sean, but I know everybody is probably wondering, is there any expectation about what his situation might be? He said he was fine. He can work through it yesterday, and whether this could be, is there the level of concern, I guess your concern you have of him practicing Wednesday and of him playing on Sunday?
Yeah, the one definite thing I can tell you is we all know Josh and how competitive he is, and he loves to compete, loves to be out there with his teammates. So I would never count him out, but that's the one thing I do know about him is that right now the medical piece we're still evaluating, and I'll know more again for myself even tomorrow morning a little bit more, and then I'll next talk to you guys on Wednesday and I'll update you that.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Sean, I'm not going to follow up much more on that other than to just ask you, I guess the report is that he's going to be limited in practice this week. Is it fair to say you haven't made that decision yet?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Adam. I know that report's out there. We're just taking it one day at a time right now. And again, I want to see how we are tomorrow and what the doctors report tomorrow and the evaluation on that. So
can you say if it's just a pain issue or is there something structural or muscular there? Can you characterize that in any way?
Yeah, I can't. Sorry, right now. It's just way too early right now for that. And again, I'll give you more when I know more.
What can you tell us about the rest? I'm thinking about Matt Milano. I'm thinking about Trey White, those types of players. Can you run that down for us now?
Yeah, so the one significant one, just in terms of new, I guess I should say, is Greg Rousseau from the game, high ankle sprain. He'll be week to week. And then the rest of the guys are really improving. So whether it's Trey White, Milano, you probably have maybe some other names on your mind, but those guys are all improving.
All right, and still the same approach with Trey at this point, like a day-to-day, or can you comfortably say you expect him to see maybe limited action this week?
I can't say that. We're just taking it day-to-day and day by day, and we'll see how this week goes again. And it's not like I'm trying to withhold information. We're just honestly taking it one day at a time and trying to work at a good cadence with each other here.
All right, thanks, Sean.
Sure.
Hey, Sean, did you give any thought to challenging the Tremaine Edmunds, what looked like it was an interception that they called a reception by the Jets?
I did. Yeah, we were talking about that, and it looked to me like he had it briefly, and then the receiver, the tight end, 87, then grabbed it along with Tremaine, and then they both went into the scrum. And from there on, from my vantage point, I lost, they were in a pile and lost track of it. But the official next to me, when I asked, I said, "Can I challenge that?" And he said, "No, that's simultaneous action, right?" So they both had it. They're both, and he said, "No, it would not be a good challenge there." So anyway, that's we didn't have a good replay of it, a timely replay either, and they were going fast, and so when I got word from the sideline official there on that, that's why I decided not to challenge it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports Cincinnati. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Mookie. How are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. Just here to talk about some of the things that wasn't toward your liking yesterday.
Well, the result, number one, I mean, and everything really that's most important is what got us to that result, what led to that result. And, we got to do a better job in certain situations. Number one, of protecting the football. It's hard to win when you give away the football. We've been doing it a lot. We've been sloppy with the ball this year. That's got to stop. And then the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball, when we let them control the line of scrimmage, and control the clock and get into third and manageable situations. You look at the quarterback rating between Zach Wilson and Josh Allen, and that to me says it all. And the game that they played versus the game that we played. And, I think we all know what type of quarterback Josh is, and we didn't do a good enough job putting them in those one-dimensional situations.
No doubt, Coach. And just get to talk about Terrell Bernard, the way he played in Matt Milano's absence.
Yeah, Terrell's a rookie that got his first start, so that was great to see. And I thought there were some things, obviously, that he wants back, and typical for a rookie in his first game and his first start. So a big sample size there, but overall, I thought he really did some good things, and I think the future's bright. And I know how hard he works and what a professional is already at this point in his career. So we're looking forward to watching him grow and develop here.
Thank you for your time, Coach. Have a great week of practice.
Thanks, Mookie.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Good. Is that Thad? I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say, you hear me okay though?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Just to clarify on the Edmunds play, did the ref tell you could not challenge because of the rules with simultaneous possession, or was it just like
he said that what he implied was they had simultaneous, whatever word he used, and he's like, he's like, you're not going to win that. He's like,
well, is he saying that like you're not allowed to via the rules, or is he kind of advising you not to waste your time?
Yeah, sometimes you get feedback from the sideline officials, like, hey, either they're looking at it in the booth, with the replay officials sometimes, or this or that. And in this case, the word that I got from the official, when I said to him, I said, are they looking at it? And he said, yeah, but they're done looking at it already. It was fast. Like they had simultaneous, whatever word he used. And he's like, I said, so you're telling me it's not worth a challenge? He's like, no, it's simultaneous, blah, blah, blah. So that was his words.
Okay. Separate topic. What was the thinking behind keeping Trey White out of the game yesterday?
He's not ready to play yet.
That being said, was it always the plan that you might activate him and then either he could or he would maybe be inactive for a number of games after that 3-week window was over, or after the time that you would put him on the active roster had happened?
I'm not going to get into all what the plan was and how it would work out, but things happen, right? So we knew it could be a possibility, yes, and it was this past week, and so we'll just continue to take it one day at a time.
So it's fair to say that then no setback has happened between the practice window opening and now, that this was part of the plan, or no?
No setback has occurred.
Okay. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Good afternoon, Head Coach George Radney, Challenger Community News. Good afternoon to you, Coach McDermott.
Hey, good afternoon, George.
Two quick questions. One, any consideration of I formation or using Gilliam, the tight end / fullback, as a blocker to get physical on the run game, especially with the leaves falling now, and what's coming next, that snow and rain and high winds out at Highmark Stadium as well. Any chance of more of a power football running?
Yeah, George, you bring up a great point. And I know where you're coming from on that. Yeah, just overall, we need to continue to establish the physicality of our offense in more ways than one. And you're referring to a running game at this point, which is a part of it. Yeah.
And also with the chip block too, with him or also all the backs for that matter, especially when you got edge rushers, Sheldon Rankins, and people coming in at him yesterday, coming in at Josh for some chips and maybe some more diverse play calling, some screens and whatever you have to. They were already coming in, screen plays, draw plays, things of that nature, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things as we look at it across the board, not just offensively, but all three phases. And things we go back and say, hey, will we do things a little bit differently? And I think the answer to that is yes. Obviously, we got the result we got, and so we have to pivot there.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck this week with a tough Vikings team coming in.
All right, thanks, George.
Hey, Sean, understanding this is hypothetical because we don't know what's going to happen. Since the addition of Case to your team, what has he brought to the quarterback room and to your 53-man roster?
Yeah, number one, he's brought a presence and a leadership from his position that I think is unique to him and only he can bring in his way, right? Just he's a veteran player that's taken a lot of snaps. He's won games and he's just got a great disposition, if you will, and he knows his place on the team, but also carries influence on the team in a unique way from that position. So it's been good to have him with us here.
Having a quarterback like Josh, obviously you want him on the field every time you can, but is Case the ideal backup because of the things that you mentioned and the fact that he has a proven track record?
I mean, we love having him here, right? Like I said, I mean, he's won before and he's played in some big games and he has a great rapport with Josh, and yet at the same time knows his role on our football team, and he's just been a great addition to our team overall.
Cool. Thank you, Sean.
Sure.
Hey, Sean, I was curious, with Greg now set to miss some time, how big of a step forward has he taken this year, and how much is it a loss, to not have him out there for however much time he might miss with that high ankle sprain?
Yeah, we'll miss Greg in the time that he's gone. You never want players to be out due to injury or any other matter for that matter. But he was having a good season, and he still will have a good season. He's another young player in his second year that's improved and developed this year, and we'll see where the rest of the season takes us. Yeah.
Hey, Sean, obviously Josh, he's had so much success over the last couple of years, and he's had a couple periods, even, as recently as last year, where he struggled a little bit like any other player. You look at him in his locker after the game and it's that despondent look. We know how, like you mentioned, how competitive he is. What's it like from your perspective when he has a game like that? What do you say to him? And as a coach, is it something that when they care that much at the top, like the quarterback position, does the rest of the team feed off that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, when you care as much as Josh does, the players play for him. They love playing, on his team. They love playing with him in terms of whether it's at practice, on game day. He's a leader, by example. He's a leader in so many ways, by how he plays, how he handles himself off the field. And he's just, he just spends himself on a worthy cause. I think that's a quote somewhere of just like how intentional he is when he plays the game. He plays the game the right way. And he's very driven, as we all know. So anyway, it's great to have him on our side.